Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Saturday morning. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a quick word for you. Tap in. So, because I read an email just now, and the enemy is playing dirty. He is dirty and he don't have edges. So, a good sister of mine emailed me about a promise that God has given her, right? And she feels like she haven't done this, she has to wait on this, she has to wait on this. Let me tell you something. One of the trick of the enemy is he will make you feel as if you're not equipped for it, you're not adequate for it, you need more this, you need more that, and you have to wait until X, Y, and Z. Let me tell you something. Whatever God has for you is for you. But mind you, you're being a vessel for God. So if God needs you to do something, if he's calling you somewhere, if he's calling you to a person, a place, a thing, if he's calling you to whatever it is your destiny is, it's really for him. We just get to appreciate overflow, right, in the perks of obedience. But ultimately, it's for God. So why wouldn't he already equip you for everything that he needs you to do? It's within you. You just have to tap in to get it. But the enemy will have us thinking, I have to wait until my money is right. I have to wait till my kids graduate high school. I have to wait till I lose weight. I have to wait until I gain weight. I have to wait till I get that new house. I have to wait until I can get this established. Right? The enemy is putting all those lies in your head because those are distractions. Because if you feel like, well, I don't have enough money yet, or I haven't lost enough weight yet, I haven't done this yet, I haven't done this yet. Well, if you're trying to fix or accumulate in the physical realm, it's keeping you distracted from the spiritual realm. It's within you. It's within you. So your distraction from the physical realm have to be shut off. The only thing you should be doing in the physical realm, if God is requiring you to do something in the physical realm, right? Let's just say God have promised you land, right? Because he know he's going to be calling people to farm and start like storefronts and things like that for whatever. I'm getting too deep here. But if God had made you that promise, if he said, I'm going to give you some land, you're not going to be renting all your life, right? If he said that, it is. It is. His word is his word. But remember, he does have to, at times, use people in the physical realm to open the door or whatever the case may be. So he may say to you, I'm going to give you this, but I want you to go ahead and start working on your credit, right? It don't have to be perfect, but I need you to get from 275 to maybe 500, right? I don't want you to stress yourself up trying to get it perfect. I don't need you to get it perfect. The enemy will tell you it has to be perfect. So now you're putting all your energy into everything to get this perfect credit score. In reality, God may just need you to move your feet. See, he needs something to work with, because now the person he's going to send in to give you that loan for the land, for that home, or whatever the case may be, this person can pull some strings, but you got to have something to work with, right? So the person will not need that perfect score, but he can take that 500 and pull some strings. But if you make your head hard and don't do anything, meaning you're not obedient to even try to work on it, now you're going to miss your blessing, because now the person has zero to work with. But the enemy is going to trigger your mind and make you focus on, oh, it has to be perfect because this is the rules of the such and such and such and such. Well, that may be true, but God said, I just need you to take this one step. I'm going to tell you what to do or what to work on. I want you to focus on what I say. Do what I say. But when you're feeling that pressure to, you got to do more, and I need to do this. I got 50,000 things that I have to complete before. Do you know that some of those things on your list will not be checked off until that kingdom partner comes? Some of those things on that list will not be checked off until you reach destiny. But see, this is why the relationship is so important. God will tell you what. So some of the things that he's giving you to do, you still have to do it, but it may not need to be completed prior to the door opening. Some things has to be completed before the door opens. There's no ifs, ands about that. But then some things, God has given it to you for a future, not revelation, but a future something to work on. But the enemy have you focusing on the things that is not immediate. And you're missing the things that's immediate because you're not tapped in. You're not quiet enough. You're too distracted to catch. What do God need you to work on now? Because let me tell you something. That list will overwhelm you. The list will overwhelm you. So it's about being, using your discernment and asking God, what are the things for right now, for today? What do I need to get in order for today? Because only you know what is about to happen. Only you know the door is going to open. So what do I need for right now, today? And then you ask every day. But the enemy will have you checking things off on the list that is not even for today. It's for 2 years. God just gave you the revelation so you can grasp it and don't forget about it. But he'll bring it back to you in 2 years. Be very, very careful. He's tricky. I don't like him. He don't like me. He is tricky. He's tricky. I promise you. When I think back about 6 months ago, the things that I was checking off because I had it just on a numbers list. Okay, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it seemed like nothing was just adding up. And then I had to really tap in spiritually, ask God, what is up with this list? Because I'm overwhelmed and I keep walking away from the list because I just don't feel like it's like, he said, because you're checking off the wrong thing. Stop worrying about chronological order. Tap in and ask me, what on the list should I be doing today? Half of this stuff you won't even see until you get into destiny. I just gave it to you so you can know when it does come to you in destiny, you can remember it. And then you can receive it and accept it fully and wholly because I gave it to you in the prior season. So it won't scare you there because I already told you. I didn't tell you to work on it. I just told you to take notes. Child, I'm too deep for myself, honey. I got my own spirit jumping right now. Woo! Let me tell you something, honey. But I'm telling you that the enemy is a lie, guys. You are already enough. You're already beautiful enough, right? Don't go get no BBL, right? You're already handsome enough, right? You don't have to wait until you have $100,000, sir. Take your $5,000 and move the way God tells you to move, and watch He multiplies it to $100,000 for you. Okay, that $100,000 that He's giving you in your spirit, He's not telling you to wait until you get the $100,000. He's telling you to move with what you got. He'll multiply it to $100,000. But the enemy is so tricky. He'll have you waiting. I got to get the $100,000 first. The spirit said I got to. He's telling you He's going to give you $100,000. Move with what you got. You got. So many people are so gruff in the physical realm, meaning like you can compete with the next person, right? You can do this, so I can outwork you, I can out-hustle you. You gotta be like that in the spiritual realm with Satan. Like, okay, listen, you think you about to out-hustle me? No, you're not about to out-hustle me, right? But you gotta have that same gruffness with him that you got with the next person in the street. You gotta have that mentality. Satan ain't playing fair. He's not playing fair. He's telling you all kind of nonsense in your head. He's going to send people in there to drop other nuggets in your head. These are things that you may already be questionable about, but God have told you clear that you already enough. You have enough, right? You're the person for the job, X, Y, and Z. God have told you clear as day, but then, of course, your flesh at times will be a little finicky, a little fickle, and now Satan drops one person to drop something in your ear just to trigger your own flesh, thinking you're not good enough for it. If God said it, it is. Point blank, period. Satan is a liar. Bet on yourself. God says it's you. Only you. Either you're going to believe it or you're not. If you don't believe, you have to really believe this thing. I can't even put into words how much you got to believe what God says. For certain things to manifest, you got to live and breathe this thing like it's already happening. I had a good sis. Her email made me laugh so hard. Who emailed me, I think it was this past Tuesday. And she was telling me that God has promised her a kingdom partner or spouse. And she knows who the person is. But it's been, I think she said about 2 years now, where she see fruits, but it's just not enough fruit for her. So she want to start dating, right? She just want to kind of burn time. But she says that every time she goes to start dating again or whatever, like nothing works. It may look good for a couple of days. Conversation is great. And she's getting like this little inkling in her spirit, like, okay, maybe this will be fun until, the manifestation. And then all of a sudden, the dude won't even call her. Like, he won't even like give her a response, and she's all in her feelings. Like, am I too fat? Am I too sis? Honey, if you were too fat, quote unquote, the dude would have never approached you to begin with. If you were too fat, the dude would have never took you out on the couple of dates that you were on. That's Satan in your ear telling you you're too fat, so you can get that stuck in your mind, so that when he does open that door in your mind, I'm too fat to take the step. I'm too fat. I may broke the step on the first date. All that nonsense he will put into your head. God shut that thing down. See, you got to believe it so much that here's another place where a lot of people miss it. Because we're fleshly beings and we got that mindset, like, listen, you're not about to play with me all kind of way, right? You're not going to handle me all kind of way, right? That's flesh, which is, I get it, right? I'm there with you. Trust me when I tell you, honey, listen, I ain't got time. Do you see this list of people waiting? I ain't got time to play with. Get it right. That's flesh. Spiritual, God will have you being faithful to yourself, to him only. There's no competition. That's your flesh want to be in competition because you feel like somebody's playing you. When it comes down to God spiritually, God will have you sit in a single season and date yourself. And when you try to make a move, he will shut every single thing down. I don't care how fine the dude is. I don't care how fine the girl is. I don't care if y'all had a little spark or connection or not. If that ain't your kingdom purpose partner, ain't nothing happening. Go home. And now you're thinking in the fleshly realm, he didn't call because I'm fat. Honey, he didn't call because God says that ain't it. God says since you've never been faithful with anything else, since you want to be a runner because you've always run when things get hard, I know this woman or this man I'm about to send to you. I know this is forever. This is your forever season. So I am disciplining your flesh. So I'm going to shut everything down, and every place you try to go left, right, you can meet 1,000 people, but ain't nothing going to work because I'm disciplining your flesh. I'm teaching you how to be faithful. I'm teaching you how to stop running. So when I open the door and things get rough, you ain't going to run because you've already disciplined yourself in your single season. Satan is a liar. See how you're thinking about your flesh? I'm too fat. You're thinking about, oh, well, this the fifth dude who ain't never called me back. It got to be me. I'm not pretty enough. Honey, it got nothing to do with that, sis. That's God shutting the thing down. Again, as I was speaking on the Thanksgiving recording, you got to change your perspective. You got to play this. This is a mind game that Satan plays with you. You got to play chess when he playing checkers. Period. You got to know when to move. You got to know when to shut up. You got to know when not to move. You got to know when to allow this person to move. You stay back. It's literally a game of chess. It's yours. It's within you. Tap in within you. It's not externally. It's internally. It's yours. You are enough. I wanted to share that. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.